I wouldn't say that. I would just say that, I think when you try and be simple and do what you've done all year and kind of control your heart rate, I think sometimes it helps to kind of embrace the atmosphere and kind of learning to do that, I think, has been the biggest thing for me, and luckily it's played out all right for me.
Back row.
For Max, your story, considering the A's released you came here, you won a World Series game with a home run last year, that 18-inning game. You win a game or give a pad to the game tonight. What do you think about the whole evolution of what you've gone through here and grown as a player, especially for, the level of experience that you have?
Fun. I think I've documented one of the biggest changes I've made was mental attitude towards the game. And to me, it's kind of been one of the biggest things is, these are big games, they're big moments, and you got to try to go out there and enjoy them as much as possible because you don't know how many there are going to be. And when you do that, you tend to just relax and play the game. And for me, that's just the big key is just trying to go out there and have fun and enjoy it.
Tim?
Walker, in the fourth inning, bases were loaded. Honeycutt comes out. You have a quick talk. Cabrera comes up. You throw him 2 curveballs. I'm curious if it was related to the visit, if there was some sort of conversation that sort of led to those sort of decisions.
Yeah, obviously I have a lot of trust in Honey and Will and what they see, and there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes that we do that kind of leads to decisions we make, and I'm not going to go into the details of it, but we felt good about where that pitch was for me and to him, so made a pitch and got out of it.
Back left, JP.
Yeah, Max, Patrick Korbin's been tough on lefties all year, all of his career, really. What makes him tough against left-handed hitters, and what was key to your approach and the success you had against him today?
I think one of the biggest things is he has a really good ability to control his slider. He can throw it just in the zone early in the count, make you think you have a chance at it, and then once he gets ahead of you, he can expand off that. And tonight, it just didn't seem like he had his command. And, we did a really good job of not chasing balls out of the zone. He gets a lot of chases, and we kind of saw he didn't have his command. So the biggest thing was try to key on him a little bit, and I feel like we did a good job of that. And I think that's what makes him really tough against lefties. It's just a pretty rare ability to control the slider, put it wherever he wants.
Back right.
Walker, at what point did you discover sort of, the delivery, the mechanics that you were looking for, the rhythm, and how easy or difficult is it for you to sort of keep it constant and, throughout an outing like that?
Obviously I talked to you guys last week about kind of the tinkering I was doing, and, last week I tried to throw every pitch as hard as I could, and those things tend to free you up a little bit. If you have a little bit of success when you feel like you're not doing everything the way you're supposed to, then when you go back and try and do everything the right way, sometimes you can be a little bit better, and just kind of a reset button for me, and worked out well for us tonight.
Back row here.
Max, when you have a late season setback like you did with the broken wrist, and then have such a quick turnaround time with your return, and then going into the postseason, how do you sort of reset and get back and have a performance like you did tonight?
I think one of the biggest things is, your mental attitude towards it. It sucked. You're missing the end of the season, trying to get ready for the playoffs, but, you have to try and take bright sides out of it. And, one of those things was you're getting some rest that a lot of guys aren't getting. You're going to feel a little bit fresher going into the postseason. And, you want those at-bats. You want to feel, your timing's there. But, thankfully, I feel like I had enough at-bats going towards the end of the season that I feel ready for it. And, just like I said, just try to look at the bright side on things.
A couple more.
Walker, you referenced earlier learning to embrace the big moment. When in your career would you say you learned to do that?
I didn't really pitch in any big games in high school. Obviously, you have your small rivalries and stuff like that in Lexington, Kentucky. But you get to college and throw in some big games, and I don't know if there's a singular moment. I think Max could kind of attest to that. I think it's just a compounding effect of playing in games, and there's certain feelings that you get, nerves, adrenaline, things like that, that, you know, you do them enough times that they're just normal. They're just different, but they're normal at the same time. They don't overwhelm you, and you know, I think it's just that compound effect of being in there a few times where you know what's going to happen, and you know how to kind of use it.
He's earned it. Yeah, obviously, I think that, you know, I think ideally you get a guy that the handedness doesn't matter and doesn't affect the production. And Max has shown that all year long, and the consistent approach and that bat quality. And you have a guy in Korbin that has dominated left-handed hitters throughout his career. And so for Max to stay in there and take good at bats and not offer at balls out of the zone and get a pitch that he can handle, big. And you know, regardless, I just think that the at-bat quality he's done all year has been unbelievable. So to take that ball the other way for the base hit, and just stay in there, he just keeps having good at-bats.
Kyle, back right.
Dave, from game 163 to the World Series start last year, Walker continues to have some big postseason performances for you guys. Just what do you make of his ability to rise up in big games like this over and over?
It's you know, you don't know until you see it, and we've seen it over the last couple of years. And you know, there's guys that want those opportunities, like those big moments, and want to be the guy. And so Walker, time and time again, just knows how to temper, control his emotions, and you know, transfer that into the delivery, the execution of pitches. And today, from that first throw, he was on point tonight. And the delivery, the tempo, all consistent. Fastball command to all quadrants. The slower breaking ball, I love with the depth, and the cutter when he needed it. So that's a really good lineup over there. And for him to go 6, it was really, we needed that one.
Bill first, and then last
Dave,
back
how
row.
much does your experience in the postseason show tonight, from the calmness to the taking the walks early, the way you play, the focus you had? How much does that count?
It counts a lot. It counts a lot. I think that if you look back at, you know, certain guys and certain moments, I think that we got a little over anxious and out of the zone. But this is a guy that presents a lot of pitches as strikes, and they go out of the strike zone, namely his slider. And so for us that first inning was the game. And I understand that, you know, to Patrick's credit, to stay in the game and give that club 6 innings was huge for them. But that first inning, to get 30 pitches and to get him at 50, something like that, through 2, was big for our guys. And that really set the tone. And so now for us to have some looks at some of the guys in the bullpen, obviously it bodes well for us going forward.
Back row.
Hey, Doc. On Max, here's a guy who was released by the A's. You picked him up. You're paying him $20,000 over the minimum. And for the value you're getting from him, he's got to be one of the most important guys on the team, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, the front office, you know, found him, and you know, he's really made a home for himself here. And I just don't know where we'd be without him. It's a great story. It really is. And he really epitomizes what we're all about, kind of just playing the game the right way, hard. He's open to whatever I ask of him, whether it be in the order, position, moving around the diamond. And, you know, he's a Texas kid. He's tough. And that's a great story, Barry. And obviously the value from, what he's earning, it's really helpful for payroll.
And Buehler, too. I mean, he's basically a max value guy for the age he is also.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think that if you look at the last couple postseasons, the guys that have been active, we have a lot of those guys. And that's a credit to the entire organization.
Back right.
With Buehler, obviously the last start he was tinkering. He's a guy who's sort of always experimenting. But what did you see with his delivery mechanics? Anything different? What sort of made him?
I think consistent. He wasn't searching. He was on time with his hand. So tonight was one of those things that I think that he decided he felt something in his side with Rick, and he went with it. And today, all the throws from the fastball to the secondaries were on point.
Last question here in the middle.
Gavin Lux came in for his first postseason at bat and hit a home run. What do you make of that?
It's a great moment. It's a great moment for Gavin. It's a great moment for his family. And I wanted him in there to take the at-bat, to keep his defense in there for that ninth inning. I love the matchup, but got on a heater. And Gavin, like Will, Will did a great job tonight with Walker all night long. And then so for Gavin to take that first postseason at-bat, hit a homer, I can't say I expected it, but I'm very happy for him.